Hey everybody, welcome to SlippyfrogTV. As most of you already know, the new Sonic the Hedgehog movie just released in theaters over the weekend. So I wanted to celebrate the occasion and I thought to myself, maybe I could dust off the old Sega Genesis and I could play Sonic 1 or maybe even Sonic Spinball if I'm feeling frisky enough. But the thing is that I've played all those games before and I've beaten them 100 times over. I wanted to try something new, something different. So I did what anybody else would do and I scoured the internet until I found, for you guys, the 5 weirdest, most obscure Sonic the Hedgehog games on the internet. Let's take a look. Alright guys, so the first game on this list has the weirdest name for a video game I've ever seen in my entire life. This is Sonic the Blue Potato McDonald's. Alright, so right off the jump, the game looks normal enough. It's a regular Sonic the Hedgehog 2 title screen. And then you get thrown into the first level, which is McDonald Hill Zone 1. So the game is kind enough to let you start off with a few power-ups like Bubble Shield, Rings, and Speed Sneakers. But good heavens, what happened to Sonic's face? I mean, look at it. And if you haven't noticed already, the entire level is yellow and red, I guess to match the color palette of McDonald's? As far as gameplay goes, it's exactly as what you would expect from a normal Sonic the Hedgehog game. The only difference is that in this game you can jump really high. So with a stage name like McDonald Hill Zone, I was expecting to fight like Ronald McDonald or maybe Grimace, but nope, instead I just got regular old Eggman. Alright, well, that was a little weird. Anyway, here's Kirby in Sonic the Hedgehog 2. So when the game first starts up, rather than hearing the classic Sega that you would normally hear, you get this. Hi. Aw, so cute. So the title screen opens up with a very strange looking version of Kirby. Right after the title screen, you're given the option to choose your players, you can choose the difficulty of the game, and you can even run a sound test. Ooh, that's good, I like that. Even though this is exactly what I expected, it's just so weird to see Kirby in a Sonic game. However, there are a few notable differences, one being that it's no longer Tails following you around, it's actually Waddle Dee. And rather than a spin dash, you actually inhale your enemies like you would in a traditional Kirby game. Kirby still has his floating mechanic, but it acts as more of a double jump. So if you're like me and you're tired of bouncing on your enemies and you'd rather inhale them, then this is the game for you. Alright guys, so this next game isn't so much weird or obscure as it is just downright cruel. You'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. This is Sonic and the Reverse Curse. Yeah, see, no, I don't even want to go past the title screen. I mean, just take a look at his face. He just looks so broken and disheveled, like he's trying to tell me that this whole thing was a mistake. So it turns out, in Sonic the Reverse Curse, you have to avoid collecting rings. See, you start out with 5 rings at the beginning of the game, and every time that you touch one, that counter goes down by 1. And once it reaches 0, it's game over. Now, that doesn't sound all that difficult, but when you're so used to collecting rings, it's almost impossible to even make it anywhere in the game, not only because I'm so used to grabbing them, but it's just impossible to get anywhere without touching one. So if you're up for a challenge, Sonic and the Reverse Curse is your go-to game. Alright, that was excruciating. I think it's safe to say that I'm never going to play that game ever again in my life. Anyway, this next game has a pretty crazy backstory, originally developed by some sort of mysterious game development company in the homebrew scene. I think that's a video for another day, but in the meantime, let's take a look at the most recent installment. This is Somari the Adventurer. Alright guys, so this is Somari. I'm assuming they got the name by mixing Sonic and Mario. It seems like the most obvious explanation. Your adventure starts out in the Mushroom Kingdom, and surprisingly, it looks like a Mario game. However, it feels just like a Sonic game with a few minor tweaks. You can jump like Sonic, but you do have the option to perform an air spin at the end of your jump, which also works as an attack. Somari can also perform a high jump, very reminiscent of the move from Super Mario 64. And if you need to get speed quick, Somari can still spin dash. No stars or mushrooms here though, it's just the classic Sonic the Hedgehog power-ups. But you can still break blocks with your head though. Unfortunately, the only level that's original to the game is the first zone. After that, it's right back to a classic Sonic the Hedgehog 1 level layout. So one of my favorite video game characters of all time is Sonic the Hedgehog, and one of my favorite holidays is Halloween. So, it only seemed right that the final game on this list be Sonic Halloween. Sonic Halloween is a creepy and ominous take on the original game. It's kinda like Sonic the Hedgehog meets Castlevania. Most of the enemy sprites in the game have been redesigned to look more threatening and sinister. You've got demon wasps, skeletons, flaming pumpkins, bats, even Dr. Robotnik gets a ghoulish makeover. And all the stages revolve around a classic horror theme. For example, Stage 2 is Marble Hell Zone, while Stage 3 puts you in Midnight Castle Zone. If you make it to one of the bonus stages, you'll be greeted with pentagrams, skulls, and all-seeing eyes. However, in Sonic Halloween, it's not Chaos Emeralds you're after, it's Chaos Pumpkins. About halfway through Midnight Castle Zone, I came across this weird power box with a question mark on it. I jumped on it, and it sent me into what looks like a mirror dimension? I wanted to continue on and see what the rest of the game had to offer, but unfortunately, after a leap of faith, I somehow managed to end up in a glitch. So after trying for about 10 minutes to get myself out, I eventually reset the game, but that just seemed to make things worse. So anyway, if you like ghouls and ghosts and little blue hedgehogs, then Sonic Halloween might be the game for you. Alright guys, so there you have it. Those are 5 of the weirdest Sonic the Hedgehog games that I could find over the internet. If you want to play any of the games shown in today's video, you can click the links in the description below. Thanks again for watching guys, and as always, I'm Slippyfrog, and I'll see you on the next one.